everybody a second to tap okay. Okay, a couple things I want to talk about today. The number one is, first of all, congratulations for being here on a Saturday morning in the summer. Secondly, congratulations on surviving summer as a business owner, because unless you're an ice cream stand, your business may have looked or felt different this summer. And I just want to make sure everybody takes off any guilt or any shame that they might be feeling for actions that didn't get done when they said they'd get them done, or hanging with the kids when they think, oh, I should have worked on the business. Like, no, you get to have everything. Okay. And the reality is that when you work in any sales industry, and while we are a bit of both, we are selling, but we're also business builders, right? Just gonna mute everybody. Go. Thanks, babes. Thanks, ladies. Thanks, ladies. I just want you to know that what we're coming up into is a really amazing season, and that you haven't missed anything. You haven't missed your chance at hitting the trip. You haven't missed your chance at signing that perfect business partner that you've been eyeing up. You haven't missed your chance to grow that dream business and walk the stage as a ruby, emerald, diamond, blue diamond, team elite, whatever it is that you want. These are the hardest months in business. And I believe that it's because we SHIT on ourselves for not being all in those moments, right? Because we are all over the place in so many amazing, wonderful things. So I just want to talk to you today about some things that I think will move you into a really successful fall. Not that I think, but I know from past experience. Some really great resources, some really great tacticals, okay? And I want you to give this a fair shake. I don't want you to post and pray or post for 3 days and say, well, I didn't make any sales and I put my mascara on and I showed up on video and nothing happened. I'm asking you to follow through. We've talked about following through the finish line before. I'm asking you to give yourself a fair, all-in commitment. And by that, I don't mean that you're going away from spending time with your kids, or I'm talking about an all-in attitude of just deciding that it's going to work out. It's going to work out for you, that it is working, but also matching how you show up, because that's going to be the most important thing for the next few weeks as people start to get ready for their kids to go back to school. They've done their beach days, they've done their vacations, they're starting to kind of sit on the couch and feel like they need a breather. Has anybody felt like that? I definitely have. Everyone's like, I've been running around like crazy and I just want to do nothing, actually. I just want to do my business and like scroll and watch a movie maybe. Like, you're not the only ones, okay? People are busy in the summer, but they're also in a good mood. They're getting excited for the kids to go back. They're looking forward to the fall, to what we know as like a harvest season. Okay, so any connections and any work that you do now, while it doesn't necessarily have to look like someone else's, maybe it's not 10 shout outs a day, maybe it's, maybe you're not flipping Lumi Spa customers left, right, and center like you think somebody else is. Anything that you put in today will pay off in the future. But if you don't put it in, if you don't put the pennies in the piggy bank, it's not going to pay off. I want to talk about what happened in our business when we started promoting Lumi Spa. And some of you have maybe just always promoted Lumi Spa, but I'm going to give you some ideas on how to promote Lumi in your story, what type of content to be creating, but also some really great demos that you can be using in your private groups or main pages if it suits you. I'm going to give you some demos, some fun demos. These work really well live. Facebook favors lives and videos, but it really loves lives. These are demos that catch attention. They will keep people engaged, but on top of that, they offer a lot of value and insight as to why someone should purchase a Lumi Spa. And what we know is that Lumi Spa customers are our most loyal and most motivated clients to try something different. When we decided to start promoting Lumi Spa, and I know you've heard the story before, but for anybody that hasn't, Danielle and I were in Utah, and she plopped herself on the bed and said, I just want to sell Lumi Spas. Because we weren't doing that before. In fact, it was frowned on. It was poo-pooed by the people that we were being mentored and supported by. And they were really against it. And I just turned to her and said, just do it. Let's just do it. And we didn't know how, and there wasn't really anyone leading the way at that time, except for some women in the UK who were doing what's called a Lumi cycle, which I'll talk about. And they were giving a lot of value on what the Lumi Spa was, how it worked, how it compared to other things. And so that's what I'm going to show you today. And we have so much Lumi Spa content that we can copy and paste to you that we will keep creating and sharing with you. But we've talked about highly personalized content. We've talked about being on video, letting them hear your voice. This is the way. Don't get left behind. Okay. Now, on top of that, I didn't sell a Lumi Spa for 9 weeks. And I showed up, with the exception of the odd day, I showed up every day. I was like running Lumi Spa parties. I mean, you name it. I had some interest, but I had a lot of like, oh, that's too expensive. Oh, that's too expensive. Oh my gosh, my husband would kill me. And since that time, we have sold thousands and thousands and thousands of Lumi Spas. Even still, while we don't have it as our main focus, we sell hundreds every month just out of Canada. When we decided to focus on Lumi Spa, some things that happened, and I know Danielle's off video, but maybe she can like text in there, and I think some of you even came in kind of on Lumi Spa, like it probably was something that you wanted to grab or it caught your attention, but our business 10x'd. We saw more business partners coming in because they wanted a way to pay for the Lumi Spa. We saw more people having success with hitting their minimums, right? And in harder months where people maybe weren't starting their business, they could make the sales, they could do the volumes. We also have Well Spa, which is an even bigger point value, and people are like, it's still in our top 10 every single month. It's actually in our top 3 every single month. So I'm encouraging you to really decide that you're going to do content. Okay. Follow your leaders, find the people that are showing up with Lumi, get into the groups where they've done Lumi lives and just recreate it. Don't overthink it. You're not going to be the expert when you first go live. You're going to forget words. I forgot words last night. I was doing one. I was just tired. I knew it, but I was just tired. But people need to see you. Last night I did a simple live just about battery care. And I went head to toe on the Lumi Spa like Danielle does when she gives a voice clip response, but I did it on a video form so that I could educate on it. And I actually had someone message me after and just say, hey, I caught your live on replay. And I didn't know I was supposed to take it off the charger every day, right? It's harmful to the battery. That gave me an opportunity to have conversation with her. And I said, yeah, oh my gosh, like it's okay. Like it'll still be fine. You can start now putting it in the drawer or charging it once every few weeks. Have you thought about doing this business and sharing the Lumi Spa? I could show you how to make some money. There's a free business opportunity attached to this, and you're already using the products. Well, her and I are hopping on a call on Monday about the business. So even if you're like, well, nobody's going to buy or nobody has bought, like you just don't know what all of this time invested into creating value and content could result in. I also just landed a business partner that I've been working on for years. And she is starting to reach out to her friends about the Lumi Spa. That's how she's going to start her business as she gets her group set up this weekend. But she's like, I'm ready to sell it to my friends this weekend while I'm away with them. Awesome, let's go. right? Lumi Spa. So where your focus goes, energy will flow. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be building your groups and doing your customer care cycle, moving those viral dropship items in shoutouts. Those are still working. Growing your group from shoutouts is working, but it's got to be a bit of a hybrid and a combo. We also have tons of training on creating your group, growing your group, inviting to your group, your customer care cycle. So if you've missed any of this over the summer, it's no problem. Simply just ask. I'm going to get them loaded today, but simply ask for what it is that you're missing or a piece that you think that you need in your business. Book a coach call. Get some help. Set some goals and get some help with that. Okay. It's not too late. You haven't missed anything. Like I said, start today. Start September 1st, whatever you want to do, but whatever you make your commitment, don't let whatever's happening this summer affect where you move into this fall and winter season. Okay, so no guilt, no shame, leave that behind. I want to share my screen so that you can screenshot these items if you like. Actually, I'm going to do one more share. Okay. I'll just bring this up big so that you can take a screenshot if you want. Okay, so any of the full face makeup removals are so awesome. What I will say about this is most of the time I don't wear a full face of makeup. I would suggest, maybe give yourself an extra glam look for a live. It doesn't take long. I'm not talking about perfect makeup. I'm just talking about heavy makeup. Okay. And then you compare it to removing the makeup with any of these items. So makeup wipes, you can literally get those at the dollar store. The dollar store or Amazon, the bristle brush, those are $5 at Dollarama. Ashley had sent me mine actually. And then you can even just do hand cleansing. This is a really great option as well, is to compare it to hand cleansing. So you can either do half a face that you remove with makeup wipes, and then the other half that you remove with the Lumi Spa. What I like to do is do an entire face with one option and then go back in with the Lumi Spa. You can even run it for just 1 minute and show how much makeup is still on there. So for makeup wipes, you can take the makeup off and you show how many makeup wipes did you use? Talk about the environmental stress that causes, the cost of makeup wipes if you were taking makeup off every day, right? This is all value. This is all making them think, oh yeah, like I do that. And like, that is a lot of garbage. And wow, I didn't know that I wasn't really getting it all. I was given like a good clean, not to mention that swiping and those microfibers on makeup wipes specifically, as well as cotton pads, are causing micro tears, which is causing premature aging. Like, there's so many amazing things to know. You don't have to know it all, but you can look up what's the problem with using makeup wipes. Google it. Somebody's listed a whole bunch of problems with makeup wipes. I will guarantee it. Okay, even if you don't have the answer, it's in there. What's the problem with hand cleansing? It's not thorough. Lord only knows it's on those fingertips from today. Okay, one of the favorites is Sharpie demo. There's absolutely no reason not to do this every 10 to 14 days. People love it. And what we do know is that different people are seeing your content. So when you post something and you're like, oh, it might be too much. Like, I already went live yesterday. Okay, well, the 5 people that saw your live or the 50 people that saw your live, they're not necessarily going to be the same people that see it that day. In fact, they're very unlikely to be the same people. And that's a really important reason in showing up and showing up so much. I'm using air quotations if I'm not on video. Okay, a husband, mom, or friend demo. These are so fun. People love to see the people in your life because they're seeing a lot of us. So they love to see, like, what does your husband look like? I'm going to do one on my sister this week. I said, can you come over? And my purpose in that is to actually only do half a face for her. And I want her to comment. I'm going to ask her some questions like, does it feel more smooth than the other side? You can instantly see a more glowing complexion when you've done a Lumi Spa treatment on half a face. The other side stays dull. It stays looking oily. Okay, so these are great demos. They're easy. The Vera app screen record, I'm going to come back to that in just a moment. and photos, but I'll show you that. Okay, so oranges with foundation, oranges, lemons, limes, anything with a foundation, put that foundation on, leave it sit for a couple minutes, maybe while you talk top to bottom, maybe you put it on before you get live because you're like, I don't want to be on video that long. This is just an eye-catching demo. People are like, what is she doing with lemons? What is she doing with the oranges? A top to bottom educate. So just go through what makes the head special, what's important for them to know about the antimicrobial head, medical grade silicone. How does it work, right? Like micropulse oscillation. What is a Lumi spa? And then the age-locked proprietary ingredient. So that's a blend that impacts and goes to the source of aging under the skin. And there's no other product in the world, there's no other line of products that contain that blend of ingredients and give those results. That's why new skin products work. It's specifically this age-locked proprietary ingredient. And that it's a blend of ingredients that target the source of the aging under the skin. They don't just like glue over wrinkles or whatnot. They're actually focusing underneath. Treatment heads, the different types. Okay, do you have the different types? Show them. The Lumi Spa cleansers. Why use the Lumi Spa cleanser? What are your choices? There's actually a YouTube video on the cleanser in a nutshell, and this is what your people need to hear. If you're creating content for a fourth grader, chef's kiss. You are on the right path. But the Lumi Spa cleanser is important because it's not too thick and it's not too thin for underneath the head and the skin. It's a perfect cushion. If it was too thick, then the Lumi Spa is not going to be able to grip and tug the skin. And if it's too thin, then the Lumi Spa will potentially cause damage to the skin. Even though it's very, very gentle, it also is meant to be used with the cleanser. So this is also a great piece for people to know if they have a Lumi Spa and they maybe haven't repurchased cleanser. Also Lumi Spa heads, why you need to repurchase them. Not because they're getting dirty with bacteria, but because they're breaking down. They're not as effective. You've invested in this beautiful, amazing device. Make sure that it's doing what it needs to be doing, right? You wouldn't be happy if you went to the spa to have a facial and they only did like your cheeks and nose. You want the whole thing done. You want it to be effective. Battery care, like I said, that's a really simple, easy, great one. Show the charger, show how you store it. Advise them not to leave it overnight every night because it's a lithium battery. And then how to clean and care for your Lumi. This is as simple as getting a face cloth, showing them how to wipe the inner rim to pull the head off straight as opposed to like torquing it down. Additionally, how to rinse the head under warm water, gently gliding your finger over for 10 to 15 seconds to clean it. So, so easy. Okay, so I'm going to come back. I'm going to stop my share just quickly. I want to show you, yes, facial massage. I mean, it supports lymphatic movement in the face. So if you're having lymphatic buildup, lymphatic fluid buildup under the eyes, we get puffy around our cheeks. The Lumi Spa helps to move that. It acts as a facial massage. Right now, facial massage to tighten and tone your skin is like all the rage. It's gone viral on Instagram and TikTok. Okay, I want to talk about the Vera app, and I'm challenging everybody to log into their Vera, grab it if you've never used it before. It's just this like light blue option here, okay? And when you go into my profile, which is along the bottom, there's a skincare consultation. How many of you have not done this? So many, right? Yeah, all right, we got some people admitting it. I love it. So I have not done this on my new phone. It's also been upgraded just recently. So I'm super excited to see my skincare consultation, how it will change with some products that I'm going to be implementing for this season. So this is also a really great option that you can be reaching out to customers, maybe anybody who's bought Uplift Cream, and maybe you're not asking them to purchase a Lumi Spa, but why not ask them for some feedback on the Vera app? Hey, we have this new free skin consultation. Is there any chance that you would download it and give me some feedback and let me know what it comes up with for you? Can you tell me your experience with that app? And really what you're doing is you're giving them value because you're going to move them to the app. They're going to get a consultation for themselves. It's super fun to see your wrinkles and your redness. I mean, mine was like, it was so crazy, my recommendations. And the redness level that I have right now, I could already see it in the mirror, but it was like glowing. So it made me hyper aware that I need to pull out my 180. And I also have the retinol product on its way, which comes here in September. As a brand affiliate, you'll get one coat, like you'll get access to one. As a brand rep, you'll get access to 5. And then in November, the Cica Balm, which is also for redness, which is an Epic line. So it's like the foot cream line, body butter. That will come out in November. And so I'm really excited to try each of those. And honestly, what highlighted it for me was, okay, I already knew that I was getting a little red down here. Like I've said it to a few people, like, oh my gosh, I'm getting so red lately. I don't know what it is. I think it's the summer and the sun and the exposure. But the app kind of highlighted it, made me hyper aware. And so now I'm pulling out those products, right? So direct your customers to that, have them give it a try. Also a screen record of this, okay, while you're actually doing it. If you don't know how to screen record, be an awesome student. Go to YouTube, punch in iPhone 12, iPhone 15, Samsung Galaxy 9.0. I don't know what the names are on the Galaxies, but pop those in and type in how to screen record. Because it's a pretty common function now. You can even screen record with a voiceover. Okay, you can literally be like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Like create your own skin consultation to show in your stories. But don't stop there, talk about it. Ladies, I would love if you would download that, attach a link, right? There's a link to share this app. Get creative with the Lumi Spa. Get creative with providing skincare options and benefits and products to the people in your network. This is a great place to start. Okay, the last thing I want to show you is a group that I sent to the chats yesterday. And this is the last thing. Let me. Okay, so this is the One Team Global UK page. And I just want you to know that this has, like, I'm talking nuggets of gold in here. Okay, so they only have a couple guides. If you go to the top, see it, you can see like about, discussion. This is like the main feed, guides. This fast start training right here in guide 1, partnered with this booklet. I encourage you to go back and watch this. I encourage you to load this and actually fill it out. And the reason that I'm encouraging you to do this is because there's a chance that you've never done anything like this in your business to get started on the right foot. And so I think it's really, really crucial to have these pieces, this foundation. There's some goal setting in here. There's a contact list creation. And then down here in guide 2, especially as we're moving into the end of August into September, this right here might be the most valuable content guide that I have ever come across in my life. Like even in dental hygiene, I don't know if there was a textbook that had as much gold. This is highly tailored recruiting training. And the only way that you don't come away with this impacting your business in a positive way is if you don't watch it. That would be number 1. But if you don't implement some of it and print this fast start booklet out. I'm going to stop my share. It goes through things that we do as a team or we talk about on a call once a year, like a goal board or a dream board. Okay, mindset, where to plug in, why this type of training is important, the compensation plan. It's a really great review of your business before you move forward in this season. I don't know if anybody actually had a peek at that yet, because I know some of you might have clicked on it, and I'm not sure if anybody has been added yet, like if they've been approved. But if you are looking to grow your team and hit the trip, you need to start there. And once you've watched that video, if you'd like help creating a contact list, or you'd like help going through your contact list, you're waiting to be approved. Perfect. Yeah. I think there's a lot of people that are just waiting. And I will message Susie and Louise and see if they can take a look for me. But the UK is also in hyper growth. They're usually a little ahead of us in all their trends, like fashion, food, health, wellness, beauty, business. And they are in hyper growth, and they are using this particular booklet to get started. They are committing to that. And I think it's really, really valuable. I have never seen or created anything as valuable as this. And a lot of it is really just, hey, Mackie. A lot of it is really just things that we know, but to hear it said in such a professional manner, I think it might really resonate with you. But the contact list hit me hard because I have a contact list and I always have someone to talk to about the business. So if you don't have a contact list and you've never created one, definitely watch that content. And when we say contact list, we're not talking about 20 to 25 people. They actually advise, like, get a list of like 500 people, 1,000 people if you have a big network. Some of you are like, well, I have 200 friends on Facebook. Okay, but start thinking about other people in real life also. Okay, who can you be adding to your Facebook? We're growing our network. We're using shout outs. We're using groups. These are things that we've trained on in the last 6 weeks of the summer. And so all the resources are there to connect. And if you need help with that, again, book a coach call. Okay. We don't know how to help you if you don't come to us. I just scheduled a coach call for the middle of this week, a woman who's like, I'm doing 2 product showcases a month and I have a group and I've stopped getting answers to my messages. And I can see very clearly on her profile in her group what's happening. I'm so excited because I know that I can help her make the shift. Okay. But she waited until she was so far down the trenches of this isn't working. Maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I won't hit Paris. That now we're like pulling back instead of like, let's just adjust this. Okay. You need a selfie. You need this, you need that. Okay. So please book a coach call if you need help and you want help with your contact list or reaching out to them. Okay. If you're even talking to 3 or 4 people a day about the business, committed to that. I'm not talking about 3 or 4 people. You got 3 or 4 notes today, so you don't do it tomorrow. I'm talking about committed 3 people will move you at a slow, okay pace. If you talk to 5 people a day, you're going to move at a medium pace. And if you talk to 8 or more, you're going to see rapid fire coming back at you. It might take a little while. Like I said, don't quit. You have to follow through that finish line. But those are kind of those are just the numbers. And you also need to consider your conversion rate. If you know that you're just practicing this and you're not perfect at it yet, maybe you need to have those 10 conversations a day just to get them out of the way, get the practice, see how it goes. If you're a pro and you're like, dang, I convert everybody, like maybe 3 is enough for you to still be in massive momentum, but those are averages. Okay, so I look forward to chatting with everybody. I look forward to the coach calls that do happen because I know we put this out there and then it's like crickets. Nobody needs anything or wants anything. Nobody needs any help. When I know that that's not the case, but we are here to support you. We are here to help you grow. And sometimes even just having a reminder that you can do this. It's okay to message. It's okay to show up. Sometimes that's like just enough to get you back on track. I hope everybody has an amazing weekend. I would love to see your Lumi content. Tag us in it. Tag your sponsors. Tag your leaders. Tag your inspirations. Tag your sidelines. Like whoever it is that you're looking up to. Let's see your content. Start creating. Have fun with it. And then I also would love to see your contact lists. You know, really sit to that. You can't tell me you're not sitting watching a show or sitting watching, you know, whatever. You cannot tell me that you don't have time for that. You made time for this 8 a.m. call. you got some time to start writing names down. And then get some help reaching out to them. Lumi TV, yeah. Yeah, we used to call it Lumi TV. And Danielle, what did you call yours? Chic TV? Because her brand is the chic country, chic farmhouse. Chic TV. Can you go over how to record on Vera app, as I had to step away when you went over that? So I didn't actually go over that. But if you go into Vera and you go to my profile on the bottom right, that will bring up it'll say, I'll just go back one. It'll say skincare consultation. So you can click through that. And then for your phone specifically, you'll need to YouTube or Google how to screen record. Typically, you can pull from the top on an iPhone, you pull from the top right of the screen, but you may not find the record button. I'll show it to you. You may not find the record button. This is it here. You just literally tap it and it will go red. See that? And it counts down 3, 2, 1, like it'll show you. But if you're not on an iPhone or you haven't turned your screen record option on in your settings, you will need to do that. So I highly suggest just whatever phone you have, because they are different. I'm like positive YouTube will have it. And if you can't find it, send me your phone, type, and I will find it for you. Like I'm so positive that they have it if it's an option on your phone. And then you literally just screen record and hold your phone up and do the consultation, and it will record everything that is showing on your screen. Okay. And then you can trim it, post it to your stories, use it as a reel, use it as a video in your private group, send it to your clients that you're like, hey, look what I did. Would you give me some feedback? I mean, that's one piece of content that you're just like, you can just destroy all over the place. It could be everywhere. Okay. Any other questions? Don't hesitate to ask, or if you need support getting into the OTG UK group, I did send the link to the chat, so you can scroll up for that. And like I said, that might be the best training and gold. And they even talk about that booklet and how it's literally worth millions of dollars. I can see why. I can completely see why. It's everything that you need to get started and invite and have business partners with you doing this. Okay. All right. Have an amazing weekend, ladies. Thanks for being here.